Oh, sorry about that. I got really defensive earlier, and I shouldn't have. He was just trying to have a discussion. So in the past, I've told him, treat me as like an intellectual equal and challenge me on topics so that I can get better at public speaking. So I wanted to get better at expressing myself on sensitive topics like the fucking, last controversy. So he was trying to give me practice for that and do that, and then I got snappy and annoyed. Maybe the alcohol. I don't know. But anyways. It's alright. For my selfish dick. Let's see. Let the doggos out. Let's go. Make sure that the front door isn't adjacent. Cold. Hey, back up. Okay, good. Making sure it's locked. Woo, going crazy, puppies. So cold at night. Hey, we're both drinking, alright? Don't hold it against either of us, okay? At the end of the day, he saved my life. I know he cares about me. When people acting like he didn't save me, y'all please stop. It's ridiculous. Saying a real man would have charged in is crazy. He was literally in the other building. If he didn't want me to tell him what was happening, he wouldn't have picked up the phone. It's not like you can teleport, bro. It's crazy. Crazy. Y'all expect way too much. Puppies, come on. Later. Ella. Ella, come here. Ella. Ella. Come here, girl. Ella. Ella. There you go. There. I don't think I left in the car, but maybe. Maybe I did. But yeah, once again, like, it was just my fault. I was the one who got defensive, so, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry I brought down the vibe. It is what it is. I shouldn't have gotten all snappy. He was just trying to have a conversation. You guys need to stop fucking saying shit. Y'all don't know the situation. I already had asked him to challenge me on topics beforehand. Y'all gotta stop trying to act like he's a bad guy. See, this is the tough part about being on the internet. Everyone tries to act like they know you in your situation. I just am sad because I don't think he wants to stream with me anymore now. He thinks y'all hate him. It's not good news for me. You shouldn't be influenced by chat. That's why I try to tell him. There's always going to be people that have opinions. That wouldn't fix anything. My parents always argued. Good one. Arguing's part of life, though. You know? It's just part of living with somebody. I don't know. I just think y'all need to stop projecting a lot of the internet's problems onto him. Not everybody is the same situation. People get raised differently. But now I don't think he'll want to stream and come back because he feels like he's not welcome. And that makes me sad because that's all I've ever wanted for a long time. It is what it is. Oh, it's fine. It's just the chat making me cry is all. That was fine previously. I just don't think this is the amount of hostility in the chat. I just don't think he's gonna want to stream with me anymore. Cuties. Did I turn the car off? I thought I did when I came to get the phone. You know, please stop talking bad about him. He just wants us to have a good life. He saved my life, too. He has a lot going on behind the scenes. He's always investing, always working hard. But he does a lot more than, I would say, even half. Behind the scenes. As far as like investing the money goes and trying to make sure that sponsorships that I don't ruin myself like happen, you know. I don't know. He does a lot of stuff. I don't know. It doesn't feel like I was trying to act like it's all on one or the other, and it's not. It's literally a team effort. Like if he wasn't so, it's like good at investing money and stuff, we wouldn't be where we are. He's not forcing me to work hard. I'm choosing to because I want horses, which are expensive. We could retire right now and not have to work anymore, but then I also couldn't spend as much as I want to. And saying that he wouldn't have money invested without me is crazy. When I met him, he already had like $500,000 partly from investments. Like he already had money. It's not 500K in 10 years. No, I met him when he was 25. That's a lot for a 25-year-old who doesn't have like rich parents. And I wouldn't have earned 20 million without him. I wouldn't even start streaming without him. I definitely would not have been consistent without him either. You don't know that? Yeah, you don't know that, but I sure do. I hate consistency. I hate working hard. But if I have someone in on it with me, it's not so bad. He's not forcing me. He just thinks that if I'm going to do anything, I should put all my effort into it. Otherwise, what's the point? He's one of those all or nothing people. Okay, he doesn't do like middle ground effort. All right, he's like, we're either going to work as hard as we can or we shouldn't work at all. And if we're not going to work at all, lower your expectations, because life is realistic and you don't have infinite money if you stop now. You don't, right? Especially not when I want to buy like $50,000 horses and then each of them costs like $500,000 plus per their entire life. Like, I get it. I don't like reality, but I do understand it. And it's not his fault that reality is what it is. Breed horse get a return on them? That's not how it works. You don't get a return on horses. They're too expensive. Horses are not a profitable hobby unless you have a winning racehorse. Even then, maybe not that profitable for how long it takes you to finally get one of those. Hi, Loki. Has he ever said, yes, Kate, you're right in all those years? Of course he has. Usually when he's had the chance to cool off first. Everyone copes differently. Well, it's not the same. You can't just. Some people don't do well stopping when they're trying to have a conversation, right? Like, some people just need to finish the conversation, But it's also a good thing in some ways because it means that they finish a job. And a lot of people don't finish a job. So it just depends on what personality type you have. No means no, but you're using that too much where it's like it's a discussion. It's not like it's sex, right? It's literally just having a discussion. It's not the same at all. You can't just act like every situation is as severe as the next. I'm going to continue to have children be happy and stable. That's not true, otherwise my parents would have been happy. Alright. Woof. Like, yeah, I know. People can be frustrating, but what has he actually done, though? Enabled me to, get everything I want, pretty much. And taking care of me. He's never actually done anything. And that's more important. It's actually the opposite. I'm the one who's money hungry because I want an expensive lifestyle. He doesn't want all that. That's why he's frustrated when I want to keep working. And he thinks I'm not doing a good job at it. He's like, if you're not willing to work hard at it, just quit so we can be done. I'll have it wrong. I'm the one that wants the money. Well, it is me, because it's like, those clothes are cheap in comparison to the horses and the land I want to buy, right? Y'all are looking at, like, the surface level stuff, looking at his clothes, which most of it he had before I met him. Like, all that is really, really, like, cheap in comparison to the cost of horses and a ranch. I want to be a mother. No, I don't want to downsize my assets. Fuck you. The fuck? Why I want me to have kids, pedos? The fuck? Crazy. This guy just wants to see mini Amouranth that he can kidnap, probably. I love babies. Feed them some food. Food. Has a pregnant kink. farting at the amaranth. Ew. Will he come back? I don't know. He said maybe earlier, so I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to make him do anything, though. You know, if he needs more time, it's fine. When you are, you'll lose everything. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Oh, God. Ah, isn't that true? Yeah. Sounds about right. He thinks y'all are just all haters now. Doesn't think he'll be able to stream with me again, as far as earlier. I don't know about now, but... Well, Give yourself grace. Oh, I'm not the one you have to tell that to. He needs to tell it to himself. He needs to give himself grace. He's stressing out too much. Never had to tell me to give myself grace. I'm the most forgiving person of myself. Shut the fuck up, Bubble Buster. Go bust your balls or something. Alright. He isn't for everyone. I actually think he has a good, like, I don't know, cadence and speaking ability for stream, but he just needs to stop being, I guess, like, so caught up in what haters think. He worries too much about, like, reputation and shit. But I don't know, maybe it's a man thing. Women don't care about that, really. I don't know. It's like people, this when you guys like shouldn't have acted the way you did. Like you have to understand that like people, my audience is going to agree with me, and that's why y'all are here because you have agreed with me in the past, right? It's different. But other people who aren't like us have different personalities where like they see things differently. Like when you say things, they interpret it differently. Like everyone is different. I don't know. People interpret words differently. But I should know though how he interprets stuff because I live with him. Y'all don't know how he interprets stuff because y'all don't live with him. Same with other people. And so I shouldn't have been so defensive if I've asked him before to stream with me and try to make compelling conversation. So that was my fault. But oh well. Hopefully he can calm down and everything will be fine, hopefully. No, I'm not blaming y'all. I get how it looks. It's more of just apologizing for you having to see it because it could have been avoided if I wasn't so defensive. It is what it is. Damn, it's gone. Damn, it's gone. Okay, this Midas touch person is creeping me out now. Alright. Scripted fights, really good content. Thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Being famous must like being rich, probably nice though. Exactly. Yep. It's a trap. True. Crazy to think, dude, but you're not my dad. I don't care what you beg for, bro. I think he's doing other stuff right now. I don't know, I am crying a little bit because of chat, not because they're like, hey, I should have stopped when you didn't. Well, I don't listen to you. I'm just crying because, like, I think that the fact that the chat is so hostile makes him not want to stream with me, which makes me sad. Because I was enjoying it. But, oh well. is what it is. Yikes. Hopefully he's all right. So bright now. Turn some lights off. It's too bright. Just that one's fine. guy thing to get worried about? Well, I think it's because a lot of guys, especially the ones who are willing to watch girls on the internet, are like the defenders, you know? They're the white knights. No offense. They're the ones who would defend a woman's honor because they don't hate women. But, like, a lot of women, we know that, like, people just be saying shit when they're mad. You know why? Because women are some of the most dramatic people that do that, so we get it. We have PMS monthly. So I don't know. You're better off as friends. Yeah, you know who else says that? All single guys emotionally manipulating girls they like who are in relationships. And they're just waiting. So respectfully, didn't ask. Hmm. Hmm. People let their bias become his I think it'll be okay. I think so, but I'm not gonna make him if he doesn't want to. But hopefully he comes around. Hmm. It's okay. Was this the one that's the story of David from before? I don't remember.
Have you ever felt God calling you to really
Oh, this one. This one looks fun.
Imagine being just 11 days away from a land where milk and honey flow abundantly, a land promised by God, only to end up wandering for 40 years in a hostile desert. What could turn such a short journey into a 4-decade-long pilgrimage?
I feel
The
that.
book of Numbers unveils this dramatic story of a nation in formation, wavering between faith and rebellion, obedience and grumbling. It is not merely a record of censuses and statistics, as its name might suggest, but an intense
Moses
human
out here
drama
being like,
where every choice carries
damn it.
eternal
Not this
consequences.
golden calf
This book vividly portrays the
bullshit.
cost of
Oh!
disobedience. An entire generation that witnessed miracles in Egypt and crossed the Red Sea would never set foot in the
A
promised
fucking
land.
statue,
It is
people.
a journey that teaches us that our relationship with God is not measured by the number of miracles we witness, but by the faithfulness we demonstrate in times of adversity. Come and discover how this ancient story sheds light on our own journey of faith. In the second year after the Exodus from Egypt, in the wilderness of Sinai, God speaks to Moses, commanding a census of all men aged 20 and older who are fit for war.
The
This
draft.
is not just a population count, but a military and spiritual preparation for the conquest of the promised land. Each tribe is carefully counted, and the total is staggering. 603,550 warriors ready for battle. The census reveals not just numbers, but God's faithfulness in multiplying Abraham's descendants as promised. From 70 people who entered Egypt, they had grown to over 600,000 men, not counting women and children. This extraordinary increase proves that even in slavery, God was silently working on behalf of his people. All tribes participate in the census except Levi. God sets this tribe apart for a special purpose, caring for the tabernacle, the visible dwelling place of God among his people. Instead of fighting earthly battles, the Levites would engage in spiritual warfare, maintaining pure worship and serving as intermediaries between God and the nation. The Israelite camp is not a chaotic gathering, but a divinely orchestrated formation. The tabernacle stands at the center, symbolizing that God is the heart of the nation. Surrounding it, the Levites form a protective circle, divided into 3 families with specific responsibilities. The sons of Gershon take care of the coverings and curtains. The sons of Kohath transport sacred objects like the Ark of the Covenant.
Oof.
And the sons of
Big
Merari
one.
handle the heavy structures such as boards and pillars. The other tribes camp in groups of 3, forming a large square. Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun to the east. Reuben, Simeon, and Gad to the south. Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin to the west.
No. This is something people have said. I never said that. He has never beaten me. That's fucking stupid. I specifically said that he's never beaten me. And people are like, didn't he beat you? I was like, no, he did not.
And Dan,
Jesus.
Asher, and Naphtali to the north. This formation carries a profound message. God dwells at the center of the nation, and all tribes find their identity in relation to him. Viewed from above, this arrangement resembles a massive cross in the desert, a prophetic symbol of God's presence among his people. This meticulous organization reflects the nature of God, a God of order, not confusion. Every person has their place, every tribe their position, and every Levite their function. In a world of chaos and uncertainty, God establishes structure and purpose for his people. With the camp organized, God establishes laws to preserve the purity and holiness of the community. Those with contagious diseases, bodily discharges, or contact with corpses must temporarily stay outside the camp. This is not a cruel rejection, but a visual reminder that divine holiness requires purity, as well as a wise public health measure to prevent epidemics. God also gives instructions
Don't
on
get that
restitution
COVID.
for wrongs committed against others. It is not enough to simply return what was taken. An additional 1/5 of the value must be added as compensation, and the wrongdoing must be publicly confessed. Divine justice goes beyond mere repayment. It seeks full restoration of relationships. One of the most intriguing laws deals with suspected adultery. If a husband suspects his wife of unfaithfulness, she undergoes a ritual involving bitter waters, water mixed with dust from the tabernacle floor, and the written words of a curse dissolved in it. This is not a magical test, but an appeal to divine judgment. If the woman is innocent, she suffers no harm. If guilty, her body manifests the curse. This procedure protects the woman from baseless accusations and violence fueled by jealousy, placing judgment in God's hands, the only one who truly knows the heart. The Nazirite vow represents a voluntary act of special consecration. During a designated period, the individual refrains from cutting their hair, avoids all grape products, including fresh or dried grapes, and must not come into contact with the dead. Long hair becomes a visible sign of dedication. At the end of the vow, the Nazirite offers specific sacrifices and shaves their head, burning the hair along with the offering. This vow demonstrates that even in a society where all belong to God, there is still room for a deeper, more personal dedication. Chapter 6 concludes with the priestly blessing, words from God that Aaron and his sons are to pronounce over the people. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. This threefold blessing speaks of divine protection, unmerited favor, and complete peace, exactly what Israel would need for its challenging journey ahead. Chapter 7 describes the offerings of tribal leaders for the dedication of the tabernacle, an event lasting 12 days, with each leader bringing identical gifts, a silver platter and a silver basin filled with fine flour mixed with oil, a gold spoon full of incense, and various animals for different types of sacrifices.
What a strange potluck.
This seemingly monotonous repetition conveys a profound message. Before God, all tribes hold equal value. The size, history, or reputation of each tribe does
we all
not
brought
matter.
the same dish.
Every one of them is
Damn it.
equally precious to God. The text takes the time to record each identical offering, emphasizing that God values the contribution of every group among his people. The consecration of the Levites involves a detailed purification ritual. They are sprinkled with the water of purification, shave their entire bodies, wash their clothes, and are presented before the tabernacle, where the Israelites lay hands on them, symbolizing that the Levites represent the entire nation in service to God. After offering sacrifices, the Levites are ready to replace Israel's firstborn in sacred service. God establishes that the Levites must serve from the ages of 25 to 50. This age limit acknowledges both the need for maturity in sacred work and the wisdom of allowing rest in old age.
No.
How could this possibly be true?
Matthew, you're looking wonderful this evening.
Thank you very much.
He really touched people's lives. I don't think a lot of people.
After turning 50, they may assist their younger brothers, passing on their experience without bearing the full weight of responsibilities. In the first month of the second year after leaving Egypt, Israel celebrates the Passover in the wilderness. This is not merely a ritual, but a reaffirmation of identity. The memorial meal recalls their deliverance from Egypt and
There's Spartan's version. The David one was much better. Looks crazy. Let's see. He's gonna come back so we can watch some Destiny things. I told him I'm getting too tired if you're gonna be a long time. So he's gonna come back and then I'll go to bed after. Oh. I'll take an Advil. Oh.
What's up?
Are you gonna watch the Destiny thing?
Yeah.